Hi, my name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Today we're taking a look at another app from the crazy but cool world of Alex Nadzharov. It's called Mididelay, so let's Oj. Mididelay is exactly what the name entails. It takes incoming MIDI and allows you to add up to 8 lanes of tap delay with feedback. You can use MIDI notes, control change messages, aftertouch, polyphonic key pressure, and pitch bend messages. It also offers a collection of algorithms, scale quantizing, pitch and velocity randomization with a neat way to crossfade between your presets. You will find Mididelay on the App Store for $4.99, and it works on all iOS devices, M Series Max and Apple Vision. It is also available in a bundle alongside Alex's 2 other new apps called MIDI and Take a MIDI for $7.99. Okay, let's dive in and see how it all works. Now here we are in AUM, and let's get a project rocking. I'm going to start with a MIDI processor channel and just a simple audio channel. In the audio channel, we're going to place something like Piano Tech. Simple, wait for that to load. And then in the top one over here in our MIDI processor channel, we're going to kick off with, I think, we'll go with a Bud app. Yeah, we'll go with Polybud. And we'll create a new node here. And in here, we're going to look for Mididelay. And now we need to link all of these together. So we'll send Polybud out to Mididelay and Mididelay out to Piano Tech. And everything should be rocking there. First things first, we're going to jump in here and set up Polybud for this demo. I'm going to remove some of these note tracks, then go into our gating and remove some of these as well. And we'll just turn up the gating all the way up there, go into our note, and I'm going to keep a C2. We'll take this up to like a C3, so we've got a bit of a difference between the notes. We'll take our rate down to, say, a half, nice and easy, and we're going to bounce over here to Mididelay, make it full screen, and let's quickly explain a few things before I hit play. You'll notice when something is active, it is colored blue. So when I go over here, we've got a through, and if I have through connected, you will see the notes appear here and you will hear them. If I want to activate this, you'll see it changes color as well. So remember that color. Now, off the bat, the color is a little bit garish at times and hard to see if you've got things selected. So maybe that's something that can be sorted out in a future update, but it is a little bit sometimes. So now now that we've got something active here, let's turn it on up here. We're going to hit play and we should see some MIDI notes coming through here. Let's hope everything's going right. There we go. So nothing is going on at the moment. This is just the notes coming through. If I turn off this through up here, we no longer have the notes coming through. Now, even if I hit activate here, nothing's coming through because I don't have any delays set up. So just so you know that, let's stop this. Now, we have a clear button, so let's go hit through again. And at any time you can clear this. Now, you may get a bit of a mess of things over here sometimes. This can get a little bit wild because there's a lot going on. And at any time, if it does do so, just hit clear and it will sort things out. Okay, let's stop it here. Now, there are 2 versions of this kind of going. This is the simple version. We have simple highlighted up here where you get 1 delay. You've got some options for pitch, velocity, and scale. You can set your tempo to the door. You can decide if you want it in beats or time. I'm going to leave it at beats because I like beats. And then we're going to quickly just have a look at the advanced version. So when you click off, everything kind of changes. And you have the option of 8 delays. And you can see they can be found along here. 8 delays, and they all need to be activated. So if I wanted to activate these, I'd have to, the first one is, you have to go in and activate, activate, activate. So there's that. I'm going to turn them all off just for now because we're going to come back and look at this section later on. But there's also these 8 algorithms down here for different kind of serial and parallel porting with the actual algorithm. So let's come back over to the simple. and try and keep this as simple as possible. Now you'll notice over here too, where the MIDI notes appear, there's an A, B, C, and off over here. This is where you can actually, so you can come in here and each preset, so our one delay over here, has 3 different modes you can select. So you've got A, B, and C. So that once you click on them, they're all kind of different colors. So if I drag over here, see how they change colors? And you can set different parameters on each of these. And then once you've set different parameters, you can move this around and get a different fade of a blend of all of these. Or you can just go off. And all right, so we're going to just sit on A for the moment. Now, let's talk about up here quickly. So we also have some randomization features, some dice features for all the scenes. These are your scenes and your time and filter delays. So these can be pretty unpredictable. So be aware of your volumes if you're going to use these. All right, let's hit play. And let's talk about these this section here. So firstly, you have your delay level. So now if I turn this up, there's no difference because we haven't turned up any of our delay or our feedback. So let's introduce some delay. We'll go 1/4. Again, nothing there. You can start to hear it. There it is. Now we can introduce some feedback. And we can see down here what's going on with these extra notes. Okay, so let's delve into our pitch, velocity, and scale. So I'm going to turn on the pitch down here. And now we can start transposing. So let's just move up a couple. Let's go up 3. Now, of course, we can change the level of this delay and the feedback. Let's go up an entire octave. Now we also have velocity down here. Let's turn this on. Now you see straight away it gets a bit rowdy. Let's take down the level a bit. And we can randomize this velocity. We'll do some transposing here down to like a 5. So you can really start to hear what's going on. Now we also have a scale mode here. So we can quantize to the nearest scale, or we can filter notes. Now we can remove the through and just hear all the delay. All right, let's talk about these three sections up here. So we're currently on A. If we go over to B here, now you'll see we have another section that we can make active, bring in our feedback, transpose this to like a 12. And now this is where we can blend between the two of these and crossfade. And we have another one down here that we can introduce as well and turn on. Once we get right on it, we can turn this on as well. And you can quantize the scale as well. So you can see by blending this now, things get a little bit wild. Okay, let's clear this and let's take a look at the more complex mode. So we're going to, now again, in this new complex mode over here, we're going to bring this back over here to this point here. Now I'm going to go in and change up the tone of this. So we're going to add back these 8 notes in here, and we'll add these back as well. Just so we'll create something a bit more rhythmic with a few more notes. Let's just kind of pick some random notes in here. Yeah. So something there. See how we go now. So we'll bounce back over here. Now, again, we have 8 of these tracks here that we can come in, all with, we can set different delays on here. We're going to just kick off with one. So it's active over here. So we know it's actually going to play. We've got our through set. So again, if we hit play now, now notice the controls have moved. So here's where our level is. Here's where our delay and feedback is. Pitch, velocity, and scale are all selected at the moment. So let's deselect them. But in the advanced mode, it's a little bit different. So when we turn on pitch, we have a transpose here. So let's take this down to like a 3 or 5. But we have a random minimum and a random maximum. So we're going to get far more interesting randomization. And the same thing with the velocity. Let's take the velocity all the way out. So it's going to be 100% right now. And we can set it between a minimum and maximum. Let's change this delay. And we'll go in and change the scale up. So also, once again, we have the A, B, and C selections we can do, and that applies to each of these delays. So let's go and introduce number 2. Let's introduce number 3. So as you can see, we're starting to build up quite an interesting melody happening. So some generative stuff going on. We can take out the through at any time. Now we just got the delay, or the delays. And yeah, you can have up to 8 of these along here. So yeah, as I said, it can get a little bit wild. Setting the velocity will really amp things up, yeah? Let's bring in the through again. Now let's mess with these algorithms down here. Now I've had varied success with the algorithms. As you can hear, when I turn this off, we've lost all of the delays here. So let's see if I bring in a couple more. Here we go. So basically you need at least 4 of these for this separate algorithm to work. So let's bring all of these in and just do some random stuff. And you need to make sure they're all active, yeah? Here we go, now it's getting a bit wilder. Let's just hit clear and relax, because the DSP was getting a bit crushed there. So again, we'll go through these algorithms. So you've got 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty damn wild stuff going on with this. Let's change the transpose to 12. All right, we'll let it ring out. In fact, we'll hit clear and kill it all. Okay, so hopefully you get an understanding of how this works. I'm not gonna use the random stuff. I'm just gonna show you it just by clicking a bunch of it. So you've got an all here and it changes everything. And you got to remember when you hit the all here, you can see even the active buttons across here get turned off and on. So be well aware of it before you hit play, because it may just blow your eardrums out. You have scenes. So this will change scenes as well here, just the scenes. You've got delays and you've got times. So this will just change the delay times and this will change the entire delays. So that is your dice setup. Back to simple mode. If we hit setup, you can come down here and go to the manual and have a read of that if you want, or check out Alex's other apps and close the setup along here. All right, I think that should explain it for you. Let's move on. So that is Alex Nadzarov's MIDI delay for $4.99 on the App Store. Remember, it is also available in a bundle alongside Alex's 2 other new apps, MIDI Fruze and Take a MIDI for $7.99. Are you enjoying the content here on the channel? Please let me know with a comment below and by hitting the like, doing the subscribe, and ringing the bell for future episodes and live streams. Okay, time for me to get out of here and let you know, as I always do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. So stay awake and let's Oge!